If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, YG gets arrested, and 2 Chainz gets searched in the airport in Dubai. Plus, NBA YoungBoy and Boosie are dropping an album together. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, yo, so YG got arrested only a few hours ago, probably like 3 or 4 hours ago, right? The whole situation is, and you know how the cops do, right? They wait until like the early morning hours, right? Maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then they bust in your crib and do a raid on your whole crib, right? So that's exactly what happened, right? 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, California time, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning here in New York. The cops just ran up in his crib, they had a search warrant, they arrested him, and they're still in his house right now, searching through all his stuff, right? And it's in connection to a robbery, I guess, allegedly, or whatever the case may be, but the police are saying that they need the public's help with assistance with, you know, trying to find out what's going on and witnesses and blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, I don't get paid by, you know, the police and nothing like that. Don't ask for the public's help, right? You figure that shit out yourself if you want to arrest YG and try to put a case on him, you feel me? But the whole situation is that a couple months ago, YG's SUV was found at the scene of a murder crime, of a murder. And basically the whole situation is that Slim 400 got shot up like 10 times or 9 times a couple of months ago, right? And YG was there, you know, for him, you know, in the hospital and all that stuff like that. But maybe about a week after Slim 400, you know, got shot, YG's vehicle was involved in a murder, so there were 3 other people in YG's car that were just kind of like racing from the cops, right? The whole situation is that the cops saw the vehicle driving kind of weird and erratic, so they wanted to pull the vehicle over, right? But they didn't stop because they probably, well, they did have guns on them. So instead what they did in YG's vehicle, and I don't think it was YG that was in there, but the people who was in his vehicle started shooting outside of the car at the cops, right? And the cops were shooting at them, and there's, you know, a helicopter above, and they're shooting at the helicopter, and just bullets flying everywhere, right? And a 65-year-old man that was riding on a bicycle just on the side of the street that had nothing to do with it ends up getting shot and killed, right? So we don't know if it's YG's people that shot him by mistake, the helicopter, the police vehicle, we don't know none of that, right? But we know that somebody ended up getting killed, right? Ultimately, you know, they pull over the SUV and everybody starts running, right? So when the police approach the SUV, there's nobody in it and everybody gets away. So they don't really know who was driving the SUV or anything like that. So they're still investigating that. And they said that's pretty close to becoming closed, but they still got to investigate that. Also, a couple weeks after that incident happened, they did a raid on like a rental property that YG was renting, but he wasn't there at the time. He was in the studio, but they did arrest somebody that was in there for a weapons charge. I guess maybe they had a weapon on them and they were looking for YG, but since YG wasn't there, they couldn't get him at that point, right? So it's all of that going on, and I think it all might have something to do with Slim, like retaliation for Slim 400's, you know, shooting or whatever the case may be, but we don't know right now. But YG is in custody. It's unclear if he's going to make bail or what the robbery is for, or if it has any connection to do with that, you know, high-speed chase and the shootout or anything, right? But YG is locked up right now, right? So, yo, free YG, man, and let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
We come over here, they give us the maximum bust down. That shit get on my fucking nerves, man. We know y'all don't like weed. They smelling wolf draws. Done went through all my socks, all my pockets, took my shoe pads out my Louis. Man, go back. Shit get on my motherfucking nerves. Time you come over here, that shit ain't random either. We come here, they do the same shit. I know. Yeah, he getting bust down. Then they go in your pocket and smell. Come here, smell my hand.
Who's a rapper?
Smell this hand. Don't it smell like marijuana? Something like, bro, I smoke. I am a grown man. I smoke. I can smoke. I know not to smoke over here because it's not allowed. You could go to prison for the rest of 56 nights or some shit. When people ask me about Dubai, because I keep it honest.
All right, so 2 Chainz just landed in Dubai, right? And the whole situation is he's clearly frustrated and annoyed because he feels like his privacy is being violated, right? And he also feels like he's being singled out and victimized, which all is probably valid and true, right? So the whole situation is he hops off the plane and customs, they will search your stuff, right? And usually customs, they search your stuff when you go to different countries randomly. So, you know, one time I landed in Jamaica, they didn't search me at all. Another time I landed in Jamaica, they did, right? One time I landed back here in New York, coming from out of the country, and they checked me. One time I landed here in New York, coming from out the country, and they did not, right? So it just depends on whether or not they look at you and they want to profile you or randomly, quote unquote, randomly check you. And to be honest with you, TSA, they ain't really looking at white people or black people for that matter in the airport. They're looking for people that look like they're coming from like Middle Eastern countries, just to keep it real with you, right? Especially when you land here in New York, right? 2 Chainz was landed in Dubai, so that's different because he is landed in the Middle East, right? And so because of that, yes, they are looking for niggas because they want to make sure y'all, especially a rapper, because they want to make sure y'all ain't got guns or your recreational drugs that you bringing with you, right? So they randomly, you know, check 2 Chainz. They go all through his luggage. He said they were sniffing his drawers. They were going, you know, taking the pads out of his sneakers and everything like that, which is crazy. And then he said that they was also going through his pockets, right? Asking, who's the singer? Who's the singer? Or who's the artist? Who's the rapper, right? Because they want to know who it is so they could pen whatever on him, right? And that they were literally going in his pockets on his pants that he has right now, talking about, you know, fuzz, lint that's in his pocket. Something that's so small that doesn't even make sense to care about, right? And obviously it would be just dust if you had weed in your pocket 2 days ago or whatever the case may be, but they smell in their hands like, oh, smell this. Imagine me taking my hand like this and telling another grown-ass man to smell it too. Like, that's kind of, hey, I'm not smelling no niggas' hands who walk up to me like this. That's all I'm saying, right? So, you know, clearly, they didn't only search 2 Chainz, they searched him and everybody in his team, because then there was another clip of him sitting in his vehicle waiting for his other partner to come because he was getting searched at that point, right? So it's just crazy, man, and yeah, it's gonna happen. And trust me, especially in Dubai, they are fiending and waiting to lock your ass up and make an example out of 2 Chainz gets locked up in Dubai. You know what I'm saying? That would be the title of this video, not 2 Chainz gets searched in Dubai, but 2 Chainz was like, yo, yeah, I smoke, and in certain places in America, you're allowed to smoke, right? And he's like, I just don't smoke over here because I know y'all go crazy and y'all stupid about it, but don't you sit here and try to violate my rights, right? And I'm with all that, man. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Yo, NBA YoungBoy is hype, right? That nigga was turned up. He was like he's just rapping his own music, right? Turned up in the car, right? Dope. He's from Louisiana. Of course, y'all know Boosie from Louisiana. Boosie is an OG, triple OG at this point. He been in the game for like 15 years, right? He been through everything. He done been to prison. He done been on death row in prison, right? And he beat cancer and came back alive. Not to mention he got diabetes and all, and he's still a dog, right? Boosie came out around the same time that like Young Jock was coming out hard, right? Young Jock was down with Bad Boy South. They even had that one song together. Zoom, 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 zoom. Young Jock was coming out crazy. Block Entertainment, Bad Boy South, Young Jeezy, Pimp C, and Bun B. I think that Pimp C was the first one to actually put Webby and Boosie in the game, right? So with Boosie being an OG, and NBA YoungBoy being one of the hottest new niggas out right now. But yeah, NBA YoungBoy is not really all that new. But he is hot though. He's fire. Every time he drops, he's #1 and has been the #1 artist on YouTube for like the last 2 years running, right? It's dope because Boosie is definitely gonna get like a boost in popularity messing with NBA YoungBoy, right? And they're both coming out with an album together, which is fire, right? Both of their sound is very similar to each other, and I'm sure that NBA YoungBoy used to listen to Boosie when he was growing up, right? So for you to be doing something with an OG, that's like Dave East doing an album with Nas or something like that. Like, it's just perfect, right? Also because a lot of NBA YoungBoy fans who might know a couple Boosie classics will really learn to appreciate new Boosie music too, which is dope, right? And then also Boosie fans, people that are, you know, mid-30s, maybe like, you know, late 20s or whatever the case may be, can also listen to NBA YoungBoy and be like, all right, this young nigga is pretty good. Because y'all know how it is, man. People in their mid-30s, sometimes they be like, oh no, hell no, I'm not listening to Kodak Black, or oh hell no, I'm not listening to the City Girls. I just only listen to Trina, right? And it's weird because why would you not listen to the City Girls? Like, whatever, right? So at least that will kind of ease, you know, them into NBA YoungBoy, which I think is really gonna be cool and dope. You know what I mean? So I'm all here for it. Let me know what you think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.